Hello there, everyone. Happy Saturday. T.J.Springer here in the Storm Center for a little breakfast chat on the Tropics, on our storm threat, and anything else you want to talk about. We're live on Fox Local. We're live on YouTube. We're live on my Facebook page. We're live on Fox 35's Facebook page. So please hop on, bring your questions, bring your comments. Let me know where you're watching from. If this is your first time ever seeing one of these, we're actually doing these every Saturday and Sunday mornings around 10:30 on Fox Local, YouTube, and Facebook. So please share, please join me, and get the word out because we really enjoy doing them. And I know last week myself and Kelsey were able to do it. Kelsey Cairns, if you were able to watch Good Day Orlando last weekend, so that was pretty fun. So we're doing them every weekend. Kevin, how are you? Hello in Lakeland. Thanks for joining me. Alrighty. And I see 32 of you watching on Facebook, so I appreciate you hopping on. Alrighty, well, let's talk Tropics. I wanted to start off with that because that's certainly been a big weather headline this week, and it'll continue to be a big headline as we progress through the next couple weeks. It felt like as soon as we hit August, the Tropics just started to wake up. So bear with me here. I'm just going to move this camera just a little bit, guys. Let me zoom this out as well. Let's see here. Just so it looks a little bit better here in this little setup. Okay. Alrighty, so we have Invest 96L. So if you haven't been on or joined us the last few days on the air or on Fox Local, Facebook, YouTube, we had Invest 96L form in the Atlantic, and there was a higher chance of development per the National Hurricane Center. But now it's looking like this is going to run into a more dry air mass, a less favorable environment. So this one does not look like it's going to be really any sort of major impact. Now only a 20% chance of development per the NHC. We still have post-tropical storm Dexter churning in the North Atlantic. It's still producing some really strong wind, and that's something that has made for some rougher surf, some rip currents along the eastern seaboard over the last few days. But really, our main concern, and at 8 o'clock we got a new update, we had a lower chance for the deeper tropics there, but now a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days. And this wave really needs to be watched because there's been some long-range data that really supports this becoming something more major in terms of a system, a named system, a tropical storm, and maybe even a hurricane. I would say essentially all scenarios are on the table, but right now, because of the lack of wind shear, and I'll show you the dust here in a minute, but eventually lack of dust, lack of shear, warmth in the Atlantic, all these things stacking up to bring the potential for a hurricane a bit higher as we progress through the next 7 days and beyond. But right now, this could become a depression sometime next week. It's expected to gradually develop because there's some dust out there now. The factors aren't super stacked for intense and quick development, but development nonetheless. Here's kind of the large-scale setup. Nicole, good morning to you. And yes, that the one after the invest looks like it's the potential issue. I agree with you 1,000%. That's why we're talking about this. We don't want to scare you. We're not trying to hype this up. But now that we're in August, remember, now through the rest of the season, we essentially get 90% of the activity in these months, in these days ahead. So it's good to be prepared. It's good to have your hurricane kit stocked with everything you need, so you're not going bonkers trying to get things done when one does start to bear down on the region. So here's the setup. We have this ridge of high pressure in the Atlantic, and essentially multiple areas as well, but this is a little more of a simplified look, just for the sake of getting the point across. So depending on the strength of the ridge, if it's stronger, this wave would likely take more of a southern track. If it's weaker, it might be able to curve a little farther out to sea, curve to the north. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Where exactly does this go? And right now, don't believe anything you're seeing on social media, that it's going to make a landfall along the southeast coast, that it makes a landfall in the Gulf, that it makes a landfall wherever. It's just all that's doing is trying to get clicks and stir up fear and anxiety and hype. That's definitely not what we want to do. We just want to try to bring you everything we know in as clear and concise of a way as we possibly can. Barb, hello to you in Leesburg. Dawn, thank you for the kind words. That means a ton. I'm glad you love the bow ties. I really appreciate that. Mike, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words as well. Okay, so just so you know, it's about 10:37. And we'll be taking a quick break on Fox Local. We're not going anywhere on YouTube or Facebook. If you want to download the Fox Local app, you can watch us there and a ton of other content. But if you want to stick with us without the commercial breaks, it's good to pull us up on Facebook and YouTube and share us there and comment there as well. So I wanted to show up. You've heard us mention this a lot. We call it the ensemble data, longer range data. And essentially what the ensemble data does, it tweaks little aspects of the atmosphere and then runs the data over again in many different scenarios or situations and gives us kind of a better handle on what may happen overall. But it shows the potential for a hurricane as we head through the rest of the week, at least the chance. And we haven't seen that yet this year for any system. So this likely could be the first hurricane in the Atlantic in the 2025 season. This is next Saturday, and it's only a 10% chance. But watch what happens. Next weekend and the following week, we start to see chances rising to around 30 to 40%. So, this is why we're a little more on guard because of the setup that we have, all the factors in the atmosphere coming together. Okay, let's look at the dust because you can see a good plume now. So that's likely between that and the dry air going to keep this invest weaker. But notice, we start to see the potential for this system to work through an area of less dust. You can kind of see the swirl there, and it's in an area that doesn't have any dust, really, at this point. This is Sunday, so you can kind of see the swirl. This could be a tropical storm at this point already. And it continues to thread the needle with minimal dust and minimal shear. So this is where we are in terms of the activity, the seasonal activity. We still have a lot of time to go, still about a month away from peak hurricane season. So this is the time to, again, think preparedness, think we're just going to be ready. That's all we can say. Johnny, hi. Universal, I would say, in the 3 to 6 range, sadly looks a little bit dicey. It looks a bit wet. I don't think it'll be raining the entire time between 3 and 6, but I would say it'd be a good idea to bring the poncho, bring the umbrella. Just want to be safe rather than start to be prepared out there. Okay, so we've talked about the tropics. Let's talk about our daily forecast here today. All right, again, 10:40, so we're on a little break here just about. I actually think it actually might be 10:42. Johnny, I just saw your text, by the way. I love that. Yeah, I would say still go. Still go to Universal, but I would say pack the poncho or pack the umbrella just to be safe. All right, let me pull up I just want to make sure I'm saying the right break time. I always think it's 10:40, but I think it's just a touch later. I think it might be at 10:42. I just want to make sure if you're watching on local, you're not caught off guard and we just pop up. Yeah, no, it is 10:40 to 10:42. So we're in a break on Fox Local right now. So if you're watching us on YouTube and Facebook, maybe you switched over from Fox Local, we are still with you. Here's a live look at the Storm Tracker radar tower in eastern Orange County. We're seeing that mixture of clouds and sunshine. We've been tracking showers on the Space Coast here this morning. And sadly, we did, if you were watching us on Good Day Orlando this morning, myself and Amanda. Phil, good morning to you. How's it going? We saw the launch get scrubbed, the SpaceX launch, because of the showers that have been working through the Kennedy Space Center right now. There's a lot of rain offshore, all thanks to this upper level disturbance that is moving in. As we take a wider look here, the big picture, we have this disturbance upstairs in the atmosphere. This is going to shift over the peninsula as we progress through the remainder of the day. But really, once we get midday into the afternoon, that's when things certainly look more unsettled, wetter, grayer, more widespread storms, some frequent lightning, gusty winds. So if you don't have the Fox Local app or the Storm Team app, before you're heading out this afternoon, be sure to download that. You can get all the alerts, radar, everything with you on the go. Temperatures are already warming up, low to mid 80s for the most part. Our weather spotters had lows this morning in the lower 70s in some spots. Ormond by the Sea, Dylan, Gene, hello if you're watching. In Deltona, you had 74 this morning. Stephen Montgomery, mid-70s in Denellen, and 74 in Melrose. And similar to the south, Claremont, a little cooler, 72 degrees. Joel Mathis in Claremont, mid-70s from Peter and South Chase. Thank you. In Julie over in Cocoa Beach, around 80 degrees. But temperatures have quickly warmed up. And we're gunning for around 90 this afternoon. So if you're hitting up Epcot, same story. Scattered showers and thunderstorms on the table if you're getting out and about once we get past 1, 2 o'clock. And even some showers still lingering around fireworks time, so that may be something you'll have to contend with as well. Pack the big jug of water in the backpack. Pack the ponchos. Now today, I'm trying to find the silver lining. You know me, I'm always trying to find the silver lining. With the clouds and the moisture, it is going to be a little cooler today, so that's one plus. It's not going to be quite as hot because of the setup that we have. So it won't be feeling quite as bad. It's still going to feel a little rough out there when you factor in the heat and humidity. But still summer in August here in Florida, right? Tonight, the showers and thunderstorms slowly fade away. Low to mid-70s, some spots in the upper 70s like Cocoa Beach, Melbourne. Again, if you're just joining us, we're live on Fox Local, we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. Thanks for the comments, and if you have any questions, please throw them in. Now, at the end of this, at the end of the chat, we'll talk a little bit about some of our trending stories we had today. A lot of fun theme park news. I can pull that up as well. But we still have a little bit of the forecast to get through. So if you're watching on Fox Local, we'll have our next break coming up at 10:50 to 10:52. So bop on over to Facebook and bop on over to YouTube. One or the other, you can watch us there, okay? Fox weather model, future cast here showing the showers and thunderstorms moving onshore. We have that onshore flow. Here's 3 o'clock. You can see the reds, the purples. That's the potential for torrential rain. Some amounts may top out around 2 inches. We could have some isolated amounts higher than that. So we have that minor flooding threat today. Pounding on the roadways expected. Here's 8, even past dinner time. Still seeing numerous showers and thunderstorms, especially along the I-75 corridor, along the Gulf Coast. And then by the time we get into Sunday morning, we're mainly dry. But this is when the launch got rescheduled to. So we could get it scrubbed potentially once again. Hopefully that's not the case. You can see some showers and thunderstorms offshore tomorrow morning. And then we'll start to see them move onshore later in the day with the help of the sea breeze. All right, here's the 7-day. And you can see low 90s, seasonable, Sunday and Monday. Monday, the first day of school for so many students. I think it looks great out at the bus stop. Humid, but then we'll have that chance for showers and thunderstorms later on in the afternoon. And then a ridge starts to build in, and with that, we'll start to see temperatures trying to slide back up while our rain chances become a little more typical for this time of the year. Mark, how are you? Thanks for watching in Staffordshire, England. That makes me so happy. Across the pond. I love it. All right. I see 30 of you watching on YouTube. That is amazing. I see 32 of you watching on Facebook. This is great. If you have any questions, please throw them in. But I kind of hit on the big points. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about some fun things that are happening. I was hitting home on this morning on Good Day Orlando. So some of the theme park news we have. If you're a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean, who's a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean? Whether it be the ride, the movie, we have a brand new experience coming to Magic Kingdom, and it's going to be opening at the end of the month, but I think they're going to be doing some soft launches as we head through the next couple weeks, as we get closer to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That was a rumor I had seen online, so I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case. I have the website up here. Let me bring this up. Okay. So this is the brand new Pirates of the Caribbean themed bar that'll be opening officially on August 29th. You can make reservations this upcoming Thursday. And I know there have been some questions, because if you've been to Disney, you know that aside from Magic Kingdom, you can get drinks, you can walk around with drinks in the park, take to-go drinks. If you've been to Oga's Cantina at Hollywood Studios, you can take those drinks with you. You're not going to be allowed to take to-go drinks out of the Beacon Barrel. Kids are allowed in there. You can grab a drink with your family, but you're not allowed to take to-go drinks. Right now, it looks like this actually hasn't been changed, because it's showing "Want to dine at this restaurant" during Mickey's Merry Christmas Party. Oh, so maybe just during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Those reservations start on September 3rd. Okay. So we have some really, and here are the, so that is not a rumor, that has been confirmed by Disney. You are able to go during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And here are the dates that you can do that. Savor snacks and refreshments at the Beacon Barrel. So that's really exciting. So if you're going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party any of these nights, you'll be able to go over to the Beacon Barrel. And again, reservations open on August 14th. So super exciting there. Some other theme park news that we have for you. Who's a fan of the Rip Ride Rocket? It's closing for good on August 18th. So if you want to ride it, you only have about a week left. After 16 years of operation, we actually had Theron White on this morning during Good Day Orlando when we were talking about the parks. It's been one of those controversial rides, because people either loved it or they hated it. I'm going to be completely honest, and I told Amanda McKenzie this morning. I blacked out on it. I had not ridden it in so long. I rode it back when I graduated college back in 2015, but I rode it about a month-ish ago, and I blacked out. And it's just because of the G-forces. If you don't know, there are certain rides that can make that happen. Amanda said that if you're actually kind of tensing up your legs, you can prevent that from happening. Eric, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's crazy that you're watching from KTIV. When I used to work in Iowa, and now Eric's watching me down here at Port St. John. That's wonderful, Eric. Thank you. Philip, you're saying my audio levels are a little too high. Let me bring the mic back. It could be the mic. Let me bring that back a little bit. Whoops. How is that? Is that any better? Let me know if that's any better. I'm not sure how to control that. It's a little mic that we have back here. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Jeff, oh, that's a great question. Let me go back to, the Beacon Barrel fast. You asked about the pirate themed drinks. They have some really fun themed drinks. I saw some photos. All right. Okay. Here is the menu for the Beacon Barrel. All right, so non-alcoholic beverages for the kiddos. Here are all the cocktails, and I'm sure they'll expand on this. Oh, Tasha, thank you. I appreciate it. Julie, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you watching on YouTube. Saying you love our Saturday morning challenge for such a great addition. That means a ton. Thank you so, so much. Phil, and I will go back to this. We can end with some weather. You're asking about the front pushing storms south. So the front's actually to the north of us today, Phil. So we're going to have the sea breeze and this disturbance upstairs in the atmosphere really driving our storm chances. You're asking about taking the boat out in Melbourne in the Indian River tomorrow. I'd say if you get out in the morning, you're okay. But I would say in the afternoon, you're going to have to deal with the scattered showers and thunderstorms. All right, so back to the Beacon Barrel for a bit. Here are the cocktails: Port of Call, Siren's Whisper, Lit Fuse, Barrels Ablaze, Hibiscus Rum Punch Royale, Salty Seas Margarita, and the Plunderer's Punch. Now, that's $46. That's a little more because it comes in a souvenir cup. So, and I also heard they're actually having some fun draft beer options. Buried Treasure Session Sour and Pirates Paradise Blonde Ale. One is Wicked Weed Brewing Company. The other one's Victory Brewing Company. And I feel bad. I'm actually not sure if those are local or not. I should. And again, here's some of the things you can get food-wise. Now, Disney did release some pictures for this one. Again, welcome back. If you were watching this on Fox Local, we're talking some of our trending stories this morning. One of those being the new Pirates of the Caribbean themed bar opening at the Magic Kingdom in Disney. Kraken's Catch. Octopus tentacles marinated in lemon and lime juice with olives, bell peppers, avocado, and piquillo pepper almond foam. So I'd try it. I like octopus. I'd give it a run. Give it a go. Now back to the Rip Ride Rocket. This was the other story we were talking about. So again, it's been in the parks for a while. It's part of Universal Skyline. So there have been rumors that could this be maybe a Ghostbusters themed attraction. I think that would be, I've been watching a lot of bloggers, insiders, and I like to think of myself as an insider, but we're at the parks all the time. I'm always looking at posts, threads. It seems like there are some potential nods to maybe a Ghostbusters themed attraction. So we'll have to see. Nothing confirmed by Universal. All they've confirmed is that it is indeed going to be an amusement, quote unquote, amusement park ride. So that's all we can tell you there. It is 10:55. If any of you have any question or comments while we still here, we have a few minutes left of our breakfast chat here. But let me pull back up. I'm going to pull back up the Futurecast. I know Phil was talking about that. Let me run through that real fast. Just because of the planning for tomorrow. So I think honestly, today is going to be really similar to tomorrow. So we're going through today. You can see widespread rain, but I wanted to get over to tomorrow afternoon and evening. All right. So you can kind of see same situation, widespread showers and thunderstorms as we head through the afternoon. Definitely more so once we get deeper into the day, past lunchtime, mid-afternoon, early evening. And again, they're moving essentially from southeast to northwest. They're moving across the peninsula with this onshore flow. Phil, I hope that helps. Again, you can kind of see around Brevard County, you know, it's it's just hit or miss. So I would say if you're getting out on the river, just check the radar before you do so. Keep tabs on where the storms are. Tasha, you're saying you have your house in your mall, Millennium and Oak Ridge, and Rio Grande. And what time is what's going to start raining over there? So, Tasha, today you can kind of see like mid-afternoon, chance to start to go up. It's not raining the entire time, I don't think, but it just goes to show that mid-afternoon on, much higher rain chances around Orlando. Same story tomorrow. 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. I hope that helps. All right, we have a few minutes left of our chat. If anybody wants to weigh in on anything, any questions, let me throw back up the tropics one more time. I know we hit on that to kick off the breakfast chat, but let me bounce back up to that, and we'll do a little recap here on the tropics one more time. Okay, so this is what we're watching. Post-tropical storm Dexter is moving away from us. We have a 20% chance of development with Invest 96L. Not a great chance any longer. That is significantly dropped. But the wave down to our south and east that has come off the coast of West Africa, that one now has a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days. That's the one that we're really going to have to monitor, that we're really going to have to watch, because albeit gradual development right now, once we get into late next week, into the following week, I wouldn't be shocked if we have a tropical storm on our hands or maybe even a hurricane. So please get prepared. Keep tabs with us. Be sure we do these tropical updates every single day now. They're on fox35orlando.com. And again, if we're doing our breakfast chats, our Fox 35 weather extras, or you're just watching us on Good Day Orlando or watching us in the evenings, you'll get the latest on the tropics there. So we just want to make sure you're getting your weather information from a trusted source. I can only imagine that there has been a lot circulating on social media, a lot of hyping, and that's the opposite of what we want to do. So I hope that helps. Hope that helps ease your mind a little bit. We'll be with you here every step of the way as this storm continues to organize and develop, and whatever comes later in the year throughout the rest of hurricane season. Alrighty, well, I am going to leave you on that, but have a great rest of the day. I will see you tomorrow morning on Good Day Orlando, and our breakfast chat at 10:30 on Fox Local, on Facebook, on Fox 35's YouTube page. And again, please share this if you haven't done so we can get the word out, get as many eyes on these as we possibly can, because I love doing it. I love when you join in. I love and appreciate all of your nice comments and kind words and all of your questions that you throw in as well. But stay safe, stay dry, and be sure to join Laurel this evening for all of the latest tropics and weather-wise.